A boy wakes up one morning and discovers he's somehow turned into a girl. Confused, he touches his own body, then stands naked in front of the mirror to examine himself. That's when he realizes this isn't a dream. The body belongs to a girl named Mitsuha, who lives in a remote rural village. Her mother passed away years ago, and her father is too focused on his career to care about the family. She and her younger sister have been living with their grandmother, relying on each other to get by. Because she inherited the role of shrine maiden in her family's lineage, she has to chew cooked rice and make kuchikamizaki during ritual ceremonies. For a teenager, this is incredibly embarrassing. The mockery and ridicule from her classmates only make her resent this life even more. As a girl going through adolescence, she's fed up with the cramped little town and dreams of the glamorous big city. But when she wakes up one day, she actually finds herself in Tokyo, the place she's always longed for. The only catch is she's now in a boy's body. Faced with an unfamiliar body and environment, Mitsuha is completely lost. The embarrassment of using the bathroom standing up for the first time. The panic of being so close to the opposite sex. But when she takes in the excitement and energy of the big city, her anxiety turns into pure thrill. She tastes real coffee and enjoys fancy afternoon tea. While soaking in the bustling city life, she also follows the boy's daily schedule, going to school during the day and working part-time at a restaurant at night. She loves this fulfilling and exciting life, carefully documenting everything on her phone. She can't help but feel excited about this incredible adventure. The next day, Taki's soul returns to his own body. The self-absorbed notes on his phone and his friend's strange teasing leave him completely puzzled. Mitsuha experiences the same confusion on her end. Based on the clues each has left behind, they piece together an unbelievable truth: they've been swapping bodies. And it happens 2 or 3 times a week without any warning. Having never met in person, the two can only communicate through their phones. To avoid messing up each other's lives, they set ground rules for one another and agree to keep detailed records of what happens during each swap. Still, they end up changing the course of each other's lives. The girl Taki has a crush on starts getting closer to him. Mitsuha becomes the object of every guy's affection in her class. Their lives become more interesting because of each other, though they still bicker and refuse to admit it. What neither of them realizes is that something special is quietly growing between them. One day, they swap bodies again. It happens to be the day of an important ritual for the Mayamizu family. Grandma takes Taki to offer the kuchikamizaki to the gods. As dusk falls, Taki gazes at the breathtaking scenery before him. But Grandma suddenly notices something off about her granddaughter and asks, "Mitsuha, are you dreaming right now?" Taki snaps awake in an instant, tears streaming down his face for reasons he can't explain. Out of habit, he opens his notes. Mitsuha has set up a date for him with the girl he likes. But even though he's finally hanging out with the girl he's admired for so long, he can't seem to get into it. He's fallen for someone else. Taki works up the courage to call Mitsuha. She picks up her buzzing phone, but it turns out to be a call from a friend. Her friend invites her to the autumn festival. On the way there, they notice a comet streaking across the sky. The next second, a fragment breaks off and hurtles straight toward the town. Meanwhile, Taki's phone plays an automated message. From that moment on, the two never swap bodies again. He wants to find Mitsuha, but he can't remember exactly where her town is. Drawing on the faint memories buried deep in his mind, he sketches the town scenery. With the drawing in hand, Taki sets off on a journey to find her, to fill the void in his heart. His persistence finally pays off. Just as he's about to give up, a restaurant owner recognizes the town in his sketch. Taki rushes to the location the owner mentioned, only to find ruins. The town he knew so well was destroyed by a meteorite 3 years ago. In disbelief, he pulls out his phone to check his notes, but the words are turning into garbled text and disappearing. The Mitsuha he's been looking for has been dead for 3 years. They weren't just separated by space, they were separated by time. Learning the truth, Taki is completely devastated. His memories of Mitsuha start to fade, making him question whether any of it was even real. Just then, he notices the braided cord tied around his wrist. He can't remember who gave it to him, but he still recalls the legend behind it. It's a sacred object worshipped by Mitsuha's family, said to have the power to connect time and space. Hoping to find a way back to the past, Taki goes to the shrine where the gods are enshrined. He picks up the kuchikamizaki that Mitsuha made 3 years ago and drinks it all. The bond between their souls is rekindled, and he witnesses Mitsuha's entire life flash before his eyes. When he finally opens his eyes, he's done it. Crying, he touches the familiar body. Coming from the future, he knows this town will be destroyed by a meteorite today. He has to get everyone to evacuate before it hits. Taki teams up with a few friends and puts together a plan. One of them will set off explosives to create panic. Another will use the broadcast system to guide people to safety. Taki himself will find Mitsuha's father, the mayor, to help coordinate the evacuation. But despite all their efforts, they're met with nothing but the mayor's scolding and the townspeople's mockery. Overwhelmed by a sense of helplessness, Taki realizes that only the real Mitsuha can turn things around. He suddenly remembers that his body is still at the shrine and rushes over on a bike. Mitsuha wakes up at the shrine and steps outside, only to see the town reduced to rubble. Everything comes flooding back. She once traveled to Tokyo to find Taki. They even crossed paths on the subway. But when she shyly approached him to say hello, she realized he had no idea who she was. Heartbroken, she turned to leave. But the braided cord in her hair caught Taki's attention. The emotions woven into that cord transcended time and space. Legend has it that twilight is when the fabric of time is most likely to shift. After 3 years of being separated by life and death, they finally reunite under the fading light of the setting sun. Their eyes meet, and tears well up. This single single reunion takes everything they have. Afraid of forgetting each other again, they agree to write their names on each other's hands. But happy moments never last. As the sun sets, time resets once more. Before Mitsuha can write her name, she vanishes. Taki loses all his memories completely. He wanders around, shouting in frustration, trying to release his emotions. On the other side, Mitsuha sprints back to town. She remembers that someone had arranged a plan to save everyone, but she can't recall who that person was. Even after her friends set off the explosives, the villagers still ignore the warnings. Just as she's about to lose hope, she sees the message written on her palm, a subtle confession of love. A wave of courage surges through her. Mitsuha goes to find her father once more. At that very moment, the comet crossing the sky shatters into countless fragments. What was once a beautiful, romantic sight becomes death scythe. Years later, Taki has entered the workforce, but he can't shake the feeling that he's forgotten something important. The news is covering the comet disaster from 8 years ago. Thanks to the mayor organizing an evacuation drill at the time, not a single resident was harmed. Taki watches intently, though he doesn't understand why. As he heads home from work like any other day, a woman passes by him. The braided cord in her hair catches his attention, but they don't recognize each other. It isn't until they see each other again through the windows of passing trains that Taki realizes what he's been searching for all along is the girl standing right in front of him. They both race off the train, but when they finally come face to face, neither has the nerve to speak. Just as they're about to pass each other by once more, Taki finally musters the courage. And with that, the animated film, Your Name, comes to an end. Thanks for watching.